I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now on this Thursday, July the 2nd. If you were up late last night following all the wacky and wild deals of NBA free agency, $1.3 billion handed out in contracts on the first day of free agency on Wednesday. Well, late in the day, money changed hands, picks changed hands, players changed hands, but it wasn't a blockbuster in terms of one of the best players in the NBA moving. Instead, it was Sixers GM Sam Hinkie doing what he does best, be one of the most controversial figures in the National Basketball Association, and putting the Sixers back on the path to what we will see if it becomes a great basketball team one day. The Sixers are in what you would call a tank or a long rebuild here, but Hinkie's plan has been clear from the start. Acquire assets, acquire future picks, acquire what he can to change the Sixers and find great players. Well, last night, with the ability to take on bad salary because of a salary cap that he has so much room under because he doesn't really have any veteran stars on the team, he made a trade with the Sacramento Kings, who were trying to clear out salary for a run at Rajon Rondo, a run at Wes Matthews. The Kings were desperate, and Hinkie pounced, getting last year's number 8 overall pick, Nick Stauskas, a pair of veterans that don't really matter in the whole grand scheme of things, and getting a future number 1 pick and the ability to swap picks with Sacramento for 2 drafts. Basically a complete heist, all for a pair of second-round picks that the Sixers took last week. Hinkie has been polarizing in Philadelphia since the minute he arrived. Anyone that comes into an organization rich with tradition like the Sixers and basically tells the whole fan base, this is going to take years and we're going to do it at a slow, methodical pace, they're not going to make fans, at least a lot of them. Now, there's a contingent of people in Philadelphia who think Sam Hinkie really knows what he's doing. I, among them, think Hinkie is a very bright guy and has a plan here for the Sixers. And when this comes to fruition, the Sixers could turn into one of the marquee franchises in the NBA. You look up now and it's just little by little asset accumulation. And if you hear that word asset, you think, what is this, stocks and bonds? Well, it is rooted in that. Buy low, sell high. Nick Stauskas was the number 8 pick in the draft last year. Going into the 2014 draft, there were rumors that the Sixers liked him and maybe wanted to select him with the number 10 overall selection. Well, he goes 8 to the Sacramento Kings, doesn't have a very good rookie year. Clearly, his stock now is low. They didn't buy high, they bought low on Nick Stauskas. They get all these picks back, and now over the next 3 years, through a whole slew of wheeling and dealing, Sam Hinkie and the Sixers have projected, could, if it lands, based on, lottery-protected picks, this and that, but the Sixers could, and it's not outlandish to believe, they will have 7 number 1 draft picks over the next 3 years, including 4 somewhere in the top 30 next season. So the Sixers' path here is laid out. Build through the draft, stockpile cap room, and when a team comes along like the Kings did last night, desperate to find anyone to take 2 contracts and Carl Landry and Jason Thompson to play his college ball at Rider right here in New Jersey, they needed someone to take those contracts off their hands. Sam Hinkie said, I have plenty of cap room. I'll give you a pair of no-name second-rounders. I'll take the bad contracts off your hand. All I want back, last year's lottery pick, give me a number 1 draft pick, and let's swap picks in a couple years if your pick comes in better than mine. The Sixers completed a heist last night as all of the NBA is waiting on LaMarcus Aldridge. Everyone is talking about the fallout of Kevin Love going back to the Cavaliers and the fact that the Knicks and the Lakers have not done much yet. As all that's going on, Sam Hinkie, under the radar, using his advantage, his smarts, his assets, and his cap room to bring an interesting package back to the Sixers and to continue to be one of the most interesting NBA executives we've seen in a very long time. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports.